hungry arms, wild, hungry arms. Give me all the love I need.
Girl, you say you want it, and I have no trips about it. And these played out faces around me, I want you to know where they go, but they ain't got nothing on you. So say hi and open your mouth for me. I got you locked down like police. No 3 to 5, you're doing life, so please don't knock over my heart, 'cause my heart is full of you. Yeah, my heart is full of you. And don't worry about tomorrow, 'cause my heart is full of you. Yeah, my heart is full of you.
Country girl, me city slicker, former stripper tipper. Her mama said that she should kick it with a better ninja. Her daddy hates on Run the Jewels and don't like Michael Render. Monogamy ain't me, but promise if we add a member. I stay faithful from November on the next December. No average marriage, but your life will be such an adventure. Iced out in Iceland in the Blue Lagoon, dead of the winter. Stop listening till you lose a family, come fuck with a winner.
I'm from a city where having a heart is not suggested. I'm a maverick of tapping backs, I'm a savage inventor. I'm cleaning braces with tongue and vac in the back of dentures.
So, Alive. I like this song. Makes me think of the show Luke Cage, when they played it. Just how it is. I don't have really anything planned for the show. I just kind of wanted to do this show because I'm bored out of my mind. I think after today's show we're going to take a break. We're going to take a short break from doing podcasting. I know usually probably at the end of the show I'll change my mind and be like, I'll do it tomorrow, see you tomorrow. It's just like I really don't fucking feel it during tomorrow's show. It's just, I think, we did a live show yesterday, and we talked about there's nothing on TV. I ended up deleting the episode because I didn't like it. I got aggravated, pissed off, my head was fucking killing me. Just kind of, I don't know, just didn't feel like really, dump truck. Anyway, there's some stuff that's happening in culture. The new CEO of Warner Media supposedly is apparent to the Snyder Cut, and is a DC fan, which spells good for those who want to see Zack Snyder's Justice League version released. Early announcements took to Twitter to offer and kill our congratulations recommendation, the new CEO to release Snyder Cut. Fans quickly point out that Killer liked the tweet and stuff. They're gonna release it either way. They're gonna release the Snyder Cut. I mean, HBO Max must be successful. They're gonna release anything. Yeah, just kind of how it is. Next would be the Ayer Cut. Just like either way, director's cut or not, that's not going to save that shitty fucking film. It doesn't matter how many photos Ayer releases of the Joker and Harley Quinn, all that. Just, it's not going to save or redeem a shitty film that everybody apparently likes. I didn't like it. Hell, I'd rather have a coronavirus test done than sit through a fucking Suicide Squad film. That's kind of how I am. Like, I'm to the point where I'd rather have Q-tip shoved up my fucking nose than sit through Suicide Squad. That's just kind of how I am. Where I'd rather go through that. Yeah, it's like a haunted town here. It is. It's ridiculous how everybody has become. I retweeted a video of this dude getting screamed at by this neighbor woman of social distancing. They made the joke like, don't be like Karen. Karen, the quarantine edition. I seen it on Infowars and I got on the Twitter and I retweeted it and I liked the video because it was just fucking the dude's a reaction to it when he looks at the camera. He's like, this is fucking stupid. And I just want to be like, this woman clearly isn't doing social distancing because she's like right up against the car, right up near his face, hits the window of the car. It's just like, your germs are spreading all over the car, lady. And it was funny to see that. Because everybody, like, yesterday, there was like, I think, how many old people were there? I shouldn't say like, there were older people. They were in the parking lot. They were in the like outdoor chair, like those those chairs you take camping, like those outdoor chairs. They were sitting in a circle. I mean, not like a cult style circle where they were sitting there and they were just like talking, and I saw it and I was just like, you know what? Good for them. Good for them. I mean, everybody's taking every fucking thing away from everybody. You can't go into restaurants. You can't go to the park. You can't go anywhere now. There's nowhere to like meet up and chat, like, or anything. You can't go to a diner. Everything is fucking closed. The only thing that's left is the stupid ass Walmart, the Target, the Dollar General, the Dollar Tree, the grocery stores. There's no really anywhere to like socialize and go anymore, because everybody's taking it away. You can't even go to anybody's fucking house to have a cup of tea or coffee or anything. You taking it away from everybody. And it's like, I mean, it makes it a point like where America is almost like North Korea or China. You can't go fucking anywhere. And now Walmart has like the new rule where you only get one cart per person. You can't shop at families. Like, they were trying to do that. Some dumbass liberal is trying to enforce that, where you can't take your family go grocery shopping. You can't take your kids shopping with you. You're stuck in the fucked up place. Hold on, I got a text message. So, I mean, you can't go anywhere at this point. It's like, the world is insane at this point. The world is at the crazy brink. And for me, when I saw those people, sitting in the chairs talking and all that, I'm just like, good for them. Good for them. I'm happy they're doing what they're doing. I mean, plus they kept their social distance. They weren't like sitting together, and stuff. And, it's at the point of craziness. It's like, my sister was talking to me about my nephew, my youngest nephew. Not the one who I took to the doctor. The B dude, as I call him. And he's special needs. And he, at first, was happy about staying at home. Doing schooling at home. And all that. And she goes like, then his teacher did this video chat, FaceTime type thing, where he, his entire class is there, and she said he started crying. That's Lola. He started crying, and was saying, "I miss you guys." And I was just like, I'm just messaging. I'm messaging my sister. My head's better. So, it's kind of crazy though. Like, and she was saying it. It was just like, it kind of like hit me like how a person like my nephew is trying to adapt to the world now. So, and it was just kind of like this sad situation, and my nephew he doesn't adapt to change very well. He doesn't quickly accept the change. He's kind of like me a bit, where it's hard to adapt to a new environment and stuff. Except for me, it's just I hear, instead of like my sister who hears my niece go, "I'm bored." I'm bored. For me, it's like an over 50-year-old man now. My dad going like, "There's nothing on TV. I'm bored." And I told my sister, "I'll trade you. I'll give you a almost 60-year-old man for a little kid." For the boredom department. So it's just kind of how it is. And like I ended up sending like my email and password for Boomerang, so my nephew could watch his Scooby-Doo, and he loves Be Cool Scooby-Doo. So that's one of the things I sent to them. It was just, they don't have Boomerang, so it's just like, here you go. Now, so it's one of those things. Anyway, so even though they're like, now it's insane. One thing I found out during this whole epidemic, for those who are wondering, I'm drinking Coca-Cola Peach. Not bad stuff, even though I'm not supposed to drink soda. When I saw it said Coca-Cola Peach, I was just like, I want to try it. It's not bad. I mean, I enjoy eating peaches, but I haven't had like the juiciest peach yet. That's what I want. The juiciest peach on the planet. So, one thing I saw is people are calling their neighbors if they have more than 10 people. Did you ever see that on social media or the news, where these people are like being nosy to the point where they're calling their neighbors. They're calling the police on their neighbors. I saw that, and I was just like, what are they thinking? Like, would you imagine, are you that bored where you called the police about your neighbors having more than 10 people? That's when I say welcome to Germany. The most nosiest people. That's the thing about it. It's just neighbors are so nosy. Like, I had one neighbor who, I am not making this up. it was like the dude watched my house, watched how I backed up the car, and got mad that I put up a privacy hedge, or privacy hedge, as the Brits call it, privacy, so that he wouldn't be looking at, and he got mad about that, complained to the manager of the park that I put up a privacy hedge without his knowledge or consent. And I was just like, it's in my side of the yard. And and that's the thing about it, like, I don't like neighbors. In fact, I don't like people. I'm not a people person. It's like during this whole virus, 6 feet, social distancing, 6 feet apart. I'm just like, I'm fucking fine with that. Like, I'm just one of those people, like, when I heard about social distancing, I was just like, I've been doing that for years. Yeah. That's what I've been doing. I was just like, I've been doing social distancing for years. You could come, you just, like, that's what I've been saying, like, Lola, get off the computer. And that's the thing about it. It's just like I look at this and I'm just like, I've been doing social distancing for years. And I'm sure my Catwoman as well. We've been doing this for years, like, and the thing about it is, I think people are just nervous and they're scared. And the thing about it is just like, people wearing surgical masks, like face mask covers, and it's just like, the thing is, the attorney, what was it, Department of Health or something, the leader of Department of Health is saying, like, the surgical masks does not help. That's what I heard. Like, I don't know if it does. I bought a face cover and stuff, even though when I wear it, it kind of scares the hell out of people. It looks like Bane from Batman. I don't like wearing it in the house because, like, once I'm in the house, it scares my dog. Lilo gets mad and gets offensive because she kind of like pulls it down off my face so she could lick my cheek. I don't know why. And I had to go wash my face, and I hear brr, her barking like, I don't have germs or corona, dumbass. Is basically what she's saying. So for me, it's funny wearing it because when I go in public, people just look at me like, what the fuck? And I'm waiting for my dad one time to ask. Like, anytime I go shopping with my dad, and sometimes my mom will go. My mom's like one of those people who does not like going out in stores, especially this time because everybody's crazy and she gets like anxious and nervous, and to the point where she's just like, I gotta go outside. I'm waiting for that moment where my dad goes, where's Josh? I'd be like, speak of the devil and he shall appear. I'm just waiting for that. I want to do that. And it's weird, like, my mom got nervous, like, badly, to the point where she kind of threw up by the car, because people were just so like freaking out because they ran out of toilet paper. And my mom's going like, they ran out of fucking toilet paper. And that's all what people is freaking out about. I was just like, I know, it's kind of like this new survival time. We're like Rick from The Walking Dead. You have to... And mom goes, it's toilet paper. You don't get... Apparently now, on the news, they were talking about corona, like now diarrhea. And my dad goes, where the fuck did shitting come from in this situation? Now it's like people are saying they have diarrhea of corona. Corona is an upper respiratory issue. It's not like the flu. Apparently it is. That's what a lot of people are saying. It's like the flu, but I don't know. I don't have corona. I don't remember all of a sudden the upper respiratory issue goes down into the stomach and towards the colon where you're shitting. I don't know where that comes in at. I don't know where apparently that comes in. But apparently you will shit yourself now when you have corona. But the thing is, I remember my sister said she talked to her friend who's a psychologist about people buying toilet paper. She was like, I don't understand where this toilet paper thing is. Why is people buying all this toilet paper? And her psychologist friend was like, well, when people buy toilet paper, the reason they're getting toilet paper is like it's a comfort essential need. It's a comfort thing. It's like, buying dog food and cat food for your pets. You have comfort in knowing that they have food. Apparently she never met Lilo. When I make a sandwich or a salad, I see a dog with Scooby-Doo ears just looking at me going like, give me half of that. It's bad when I make a sandwich. I made a sandwich yesterday which had jalapeno and habanero pepper jack cheese, chicken, lettuce, tomato on a Kaiser roll. As I was eating it, all of a sudden I feel these eyes sitting next to me on the couch looking at me. And I look over, all I see is this giant black pit bull mixed dog with Scooby-Doo ears looking at me going like, give the dog your food. And this dog is looking at me. And all of a sudden I feel her paw on my arm going down like, come on, give me your food, man. You're on a diet. You want me to tell your doctor about this? This dog is just looking at me throughout it. And and I love that dog dearly. That dog is the buddy of mine. Like, that is that dog's like my sidekick throughout this. And Lilo does not know social distancing. Like, she will sit next to me on the couch. I mean, not just sit next to me, almost like lay on top of me. Type of dog. Like, the funniest thing about it is anytime I sit on the couch and she lays down on the couch, she puts her head on my lap and just looks at me. And it's funny though, like, she's very protective of the cats outside. That's the funny thing about it. It's just like I remember the funniest thing about Lilo, and the bad thing about dogs who are pit bull mix or pit bull, they get these bad reputations. They get these bad reps of like they're vicious, violent dogs, and it's like they're not. It depends on they're not. It's like it's the environment that they are in. And Lilo is in a very good environment. That's just who she is. She's very protective of it. And the thing about, when we got Lola, was a lot of people are like, oh, a dog like her wouldn't get along with a cat. The cat will be scared and terrified. It's just like, and I'm just like, no. It's the opposite. The dog is sometimes scared of the cat. Because we don't know what the hell that cat's going to do. That cat can walk around the house and pop up and appear like Michael Myers out of Halloween. And the funniest thing about it is when Lilo met Lola, she wasn't like, like what people claim, like vicious and angry and aggravated. She was kind of jealous, like what the hell? and one time I was holding Lola when she was a kitten, and Lilo tried to knock the cat out of my hand so she could climb up in, my lap and have me hold her. And it was the funniest thing about it. It's just like the two gelled together. The two are like two amigos. And it was funny though, like one day it was like really cold and Lilo was in a blanket, and all of a sudden here comes Lola sleeping on top of Lilo to, snuggle and get warm as well. And it was the funniest thing ever. And that's what's funny about Lilo. Lilo loves cats. She loves the outdoor cats. She likes the one cat named Edward, who will appear on our porch looking through our window. He sits in a chair, he looks through the window, and he gives me that look of like, where the fuck is my food at? You're supposed to fill up that bowl, man. Get out here. And that's the funny, amusing thing about it, is that cat would be like, I need my food. And there's Lilo like barking, like, give him his food. But the black cat, they love. The black cat we have is I named him Romeo. Because when Lola was a kitten, he was a kitten, and they just clicked. He would sit at the window meowing at her, and she would meow back, and it was just like this weird, like... And I'm just like, what are you... And I would yell at him, like, get out of here! And I love that little cat. He looks like my old late buddy Cooper. Like from the hair, the black, hair, the green eyes, just like he looked like Cooper. That was the funny thing about it. Yeah, so that's the amusing thing about cats, is cats have this personality to them. Something to them that's just like, I always believe this, like, I always believe that cats and like lions and, you know, all of them have this human ability, which is the one thing I wanted to talk about real quick. A lot of people been talking about this documentary called Tiger King. It's all over like social media, and it's like the biggest trend now with celebrities because of being stuck inside their homes. They're multi-million-dollar mansions where they could go anywhere they want, and they're not like the rest of us who live in apartments or trailers or whatever. We don't have big luxury rooms where we could just walk into and spend hours of our days in. Instead, these celebrities are watching a movie and cheering and putting a GoFundMe. Cardi B. It's pretty bad that Cardi B got dissed by a bunch of 10-year-olds. And she looked like the immature, punk-ass idiot of it. Like, I never seen, like, Cardi B is like the joke of the industry. Like, I never seen anybody get so, what is the term, like, salty over 9, 10-year-olds dissing your ass. And you act like their age. Immature, upset because you got owned and dissed. Which is pretty funny. She started a GoFundMe page for this Tiger King dude. What is his name? Exotic or something? Who killed his tigers, 5 of them, if I remember correctly. 5 of his tigers. And tried to kill the woman who was trying to hire somebody to kill the woman who was trying to rescue them because she was saying that they were endangered with this dumbass. How do you promote and praise a guy who killed 5 innocent tigers that don't have a voice? And you can't defend him by being like, oh, he was paranoid, he was on drugs. No, this dude knew what he was doing. People who do drugs know what the fuck they're doing. If they do cocaine, they know what they're doing. If they smoke marijuana, they know what they're doing. This motherfucker knew what he was doing. And now you're doing a GoFundMe trying to get money to help him get out of prison. And it's just like, what about the tigers? And God bless the woman who was trying to rescue them, who has her own tiger sanctuary. And I'm going to say what it is, because you can donate to help. Her name is Caroline Basic. She is the CEO of the nonprofit animal sanctuary in Tampa, Florida, called Big Cat Rescue, where it's devoted to rescuing and housing exotic cats, rehabilitating injured or orphaned native wild cats, and ending the private trade and ownership of exotic cats. So she has this amazing sanctuary where she rescues and helps. For example, the center received attention when she rescued a cat named Skip, a bobcat who was likely hit by a car. And sadly, Skip died in 2012 of September. So she does this amazing thing where they have a website, they have a YouTube channel, where you can donate and help these wild cats and tigers and stuff. You can donate, you can shop and save cats, volunteer, and all that. And it's amazing. It's a beautiful, amazing thing because you can buy, paintings. You could do sponsorships, which I did. You could donate $25. You could do a tiger sponsorship, which is amazing. You could choose your favorite cats. There's several of them. There's Amanda, Duchess, Jasmine, Callie, Kimba, Max, Prima, Sapphire. Sapphire's my favorite. And Simba. Sapphire is this beautiful white cat that has sort of like the sassy look. So you don't mess with Sapphire. So it's an amazing thing that she's doing, and that's what aggravated me with all these celebrities dressing up like Joe Exotic, praising him. It's like, how dare you praise a man who murdered innocent tigers and tried to kill a woman who was doing this amazing rescue and sanctuary of helping wildcats. So for me, go to Big Cat Rescue and just donate. You can shop on there. You can, sponsor a tiger. It's an amazing thing. If they do like one of those things where you could feed a baby tiger, I would go to Florida to do it. That's on my bucket list. Feed a baby tiger with a baby bottle. Yeah. Such an amazing thing. So that's what pissed me off with this whole Netflix documentary, because there is, true crime documentaries that's out there that have a much more, case of this, the person in who's the subject is innocent, like making a murderer. The people on there are, the uncle and the nephew are innocent individuals who, there's corruption in it. This dude, he is and this is the thing about this guy, he is a redneck with a mullet. When you add redneck and mullet, nothing good comes out of it. I met people with mullets, and I asked them, why? Why do you have a mullet? You're in the 21st century. Why do you have a mullet? I mean, my cousin had a mullet. And I asked him, why is your life... I basically did the Steve Carell, Michael Scott thing, why are you the way you are? It was just... People with... mullets should be outlawed. If you grow a mullet, you should be taken, handcuffed to a haircut place and have your mullet shaved off. You should not have that. You should not have a mullet. A mullet is basically someone who grows out their hair, shaves off the sides of their head, and they all have is like this ugly ass mohawk where it's like long hair that looks like a rat's tail. It is the ugliest fucking thing that's ever been created by humanity, and damn the person to hell who created it. That is just bad. And I don't... And the one thing I wonder is, one person who made the joke is, why did not any tiger maul that dude for having a rat's hair? You know? And basically people who have multitude ponytails of it, people call it a rat's tail. It's just, which it looks like it. So, anyway, donate, support Big Cat Rescue. Their YouTube channel is just a wonderful thing. She gives like updates of the tigers, and you know, shows what they're doing, the bobcats, the recovery. You know, they do fundraisers to raise money for like toys and things for the cats to play with. Like she shows like a fundraiser where an injured bobcat, she was raising money to help, you know, get medicine and help, you know, the bobcat in recovery and stuff. It's a beautiful thing, what they're doing. Like, she did this story of a bobcat named Romeo who was hit by a car, and they rescued him. And they do this wonderful thing. They do this wonderful thing helping cats, wild cats and stuff, and just, you know, they're wonderful people there. So check it out, support them. You know, help Sapphire get her toys and stuff. You know. I assume he's okay, because they did an update. I think this is him celebrating. This is Flint, the bobcat, celebrating his first birthday. Aw. Romeo, the rehab bobcat, started to get very restless in his indoors recovery cage as we watched him try to escape, so we modified our outdoor recovery enclosure to fit his special needs when he goes outside. Oh, he's on top of his home. He's walking around. His right leg is... Yeah, he injured his right leg. Playing with this tree. That bobcat's like a giant cat. February 24th. He's on top of his home. He's jumping down from it. February 26th. He's got to be getting better, because he's like jumping up there. Like the first time he tried to jump up there, he had a hard time getting up there. To sit on top of his house to look around. He's got a giant toy ball to play with. That is so amazing what they're doing with these. They do fundraisers on YouTube. Oh, he's recovered. They do these amazing things. They do fundraisers to help save bobcats and stuff, and return them, to sanctuaries, safe places to be in. That's pretty cool what they're doing. You see, why don't they do a documentary about that? Why don't they do a documentary, showing what people like them are doing? But instead they promote a guy who murdered 5 innocent tigers. That's the problem. Thank you for running around like you're a wild bobcat, Lola. I'm talking about bobcats. You're not one. You probably okay, you are. Don't give me that look. So, I mean, why don't they do that? Why don't they show what actual good people do? People like that needs to be promoted nonstop. They need to be talked about. They need to be, praised for things that they do. I mean, I'm sure right now during this whole pandemic, a lot of them are risking their health and safety to check on those cats, feed them, keep them company, during this time. Hell, our zoo here, they do amazing updates on the animals there, and and stuff. I mean, right now people would be at the zoo because that's what the one fun thing is. Is going to the zoo and stuff. I love going to the big cat sanctuary area of our zoo, because I love seeing the giant, cats, the lions, the lioness, the, tigers, and the panther, and cheetah, and jaguar, Those are what's so cool to look at. I mean, the elephants are. The giraffes are. The giraffes will just look at everybody like, what the fuck are those people doing? And stuff. And except the ostriches, who always look pissed off. I'm not making this up. The ostriches at our zoo would just stand there and look back at everybody like, what the fuck are you looking at? like one time I was looking at one, and one of them just looked at me and started flapping his birds like, come on, you want to go? Come on. I'll kick your ass. Is basically what. Like, I swear, like, one was about to leap over and start open up a can of whoop ass on everybody. Alright, now you can run. Lola is like running around the house like it's a speed track. Like, I never met a cat that's just obsessed with running. I talk about big cats and bobcats and lions. All of a sudden, she's acting like she's one. So, speaking of Lola, our pride and joy, I bought Stitch. For those who don't know, Stitch is 12. He is old. He's 12. He's old. I mean, not old. I shouldn't say old. He walks better than me. He's having a hard time eating dog food, like hard dog food, and when I got paid, I was just like, you know what, I'm going to buy canned dog food for him, so it'd be easier for him to chew, and, you know, and it's one of those dog food that's like for older dogs, that helps their digestive system and stuff, and I'm just like, he does not need any help with that. I know, I cleaned up my yard. And I got him like the Purina Beneful or something. I think that's what it is. It's like dog food that, you know, especially for him, because he's a Shih Tzu and he smells like wheat, as weird as it sounds. And it's basically, you know, diet and toxins, you know, like food and stuff, dog food and stuff, so you have to get like this dog food, and I got that dog food because it helps his coat and skin and all that. And the dog food I got him was salmon and sweet potato. All of a sudden, I put it down. I'm like, all right, Stitch, I got your food for you, bud. And all of a sudden, I turned my back to throw the can away, and I turn around. There's Lola standing between Stitch and his food, eating his food. And Stitch is looking at me going like, what the hell? And there's Lola munching down on the salmon and sweet potato. And Stitch is just sitting there waiting for this cat to be done. But this cat is just munching down on it. She is just like going hog wild on this food. And I'm doing like, damn, cat. And this cat is basically almost eating the entire can of dog food. And Stitch is just sitting there going like, is there going to be anything left? And finally the cat finishes it. I mean, she doesn't finish the food, she finishes eating. She was sitting and eating, and she stands up, walks over, and just falls over and lays on her back, and her belly is in the air, having this look like, oh, I ate too much. And I'm just looking at her, I'm like, are you better now? Do you need anything? And she just laid there and fell asleep for a while. Got to the point where Lilo was concerned, going like, are you okay? I never met a cat who just pigged out eating. Even got to the point where Cooper never did that. I mean, if it was Temptations, then yeah, he would. But this cat eats a lot. She's breakfast, brunch, lunch, a snack, then dinner. That's it. This cat eats a lot. And I'm pretty sure it's her metabolism. Like, she runs around the house too much, and she probably needs it for her metabolism and all that. So, anyway, tomorrow is what, Friday? Anyway, I forgot to mention, I did buy stuff on Amazon, and I take it Amazon's now only doing delivery because, you know, of the COVID-19. I bought 3 cool things on Amazon. I bought a couple episodes of Everybody Loves Raymond, because There's, nothing on TV. About like my favorite episodes, the one where Marie and Frank drives the car through Ray and Deborah's house. And the one episode where Ray loses Allie's hamster and Frank has a baseball bat. Which reminded me of something my dad would do. And Ray says to Frank, "Dad, we need him alive." And Frank goes, "It's up to him." So I bought that. So I bought 3 cool things on Amazon that's being shipped by them. I bought the Batman Hush t-shirt, where it's the rooftop meeting, where on the front of the shirt it has Tim Drake Robin, Batman, and Catwoman. On the back of the shirt it has Huntress, Nightwing, Hush, and Superman, unfortunately. So I have that cool shirt, and I really dig it. I wish I had Barbara Gordon on there. I mean, she was a part of the book. And I bought the Batman Gauntlets gloves, which is based on the Arkham City gloves, which is pretty cool looking, to add to my Batman cosplay costume. I just have the boots, the gloves. Definitely need a new cowl. Finally, I bought a comic book. One I've been waiting for. One I've been waiting to read because it looks amazing. It's Batman Tales Once Upon a Crime by Derek Friedels and Dustin Nguyen. I can't wait to read it. It looks wonderful. The artwork looks amazing, with Alfred going through like Wonderland, and you see Damian on top of a dinosaur with the Bat Family. Bat Family ready to fight the rogues, the criminals of Gotham. I look forward to reading it, and I can't wait to review the 3 products. It looks pretty cool. So that's why I bought on Amazon. I'm not buying a lot of stuff on Amazon because you don't know who's touching it. But Amazon, of course, is like, we're wiping out trucks. We have our drivers wearing gloves. We have them wearing masks. Your packages are going to be delivered and secured safely. I hope so. I think our post office is closed. I think. I wouldn't be surprised if they're just like, we're closed, we're not delivering anything. Because the reason I'm assuming that is that I have not seen them around driving. I don't blame them. I don't blame anybody who is like driving non-stop, delivering packages and mail and stuff. You don't know where they're coming from, and you don't know where they're going. I don't blame them, for not, wanting to, take risks and all that. So, for me, that's, it's fine. One thing that's interesting is the recently, like, where I live near, the town announced that there's 3 cases of corona. Here's the thing about it. It's 3 people out of a town filled with thousands of people. Over 1,000 people. You kind of now know the 3 people who don't wash their hands. I know it's not funny. I know I shouldn't make a joke, but the rules are, you wash your hands, you don't touch your face, you keep your distance. Apparently these people did not do all 3. It's kind of funny. I know it's not funny to make a joke about it, but it kind of is a bit funny. you know. So anyway, Friday I'm not doing a podcast morning show. I kind of want to relax, chill, clean up my room. Lola made it a disaster zone. I wish my dad would not throw paper balls across the room and watch the cat smacking around like it's a soccer ball, and he starts laughing because she picks up the paper ball and brings it into my room and runs back in the living room, and he goes, "Oh, you lost the paper ball?" And he, like, this man plays with this cat. This cat, he likes how the cat is like good with the paper ball like it's a soccer. And he's like, "Oh, you know, the St. Louis needs a soccer team. That cat should play." Or the Blues are looking for a new player. That cat should play it. He's like, "You know what? I'm going to find a Blues shirt for a little cat. Because she looks like one. A Blues. You know, a Stanley Cup." I'm not making this up. The man is ready to make a goalie net for this cat. And he's like, "Look at my little grand kitten go." So anyway, wrapping up the show, I have to clean my room. I mean, there's a lot of paper balls everywhere. It looks like a war zone. It looks like a cat just drug everything in here. Along with Lilo's little teddy bear that Stitch ripped the leg off of in the face. Kind of concerned about Stitch. Yeah, and he asked me to look up a Blues jersey for cats. And I'm just like, I'm not putting a jersey on the cat. Even though it says Gloria on the back. Her name's not Gloria. So, that's my dad's humor of things. Want to put a jersey on a cat with Gloria on it. So, anyway, I'll be back next Monday to do the show. So anyway, I will see you all Monday. Bye. And don't forget to wash your hands and keep your social distancing going. So, bye. Oh, hold on. You are amazing, love. Thank you, love. Alright. Bye.